Kathy.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and today we're going to talk about taking care of yourself at home and teaching, as a lot of the kids at home are doing homeschool. So we're going to talk about tips about teaching at your home. Kathy?
So we're going to start with a self-care plan for the teacher, for the parent. So we want to make sure that you're taking as good care of yourself as you are of your kids. It's very, very important. And also, by taking good care of yourself, you're teaching your kids to take good care of themselves. And they can do this with you. So deep breathe. And so you can do it with them and make them count down to 5. And so it's another activity that they're doing. So the next one is breaks. During our day and during this time when our kids are here full times, we need a time away from just parenting. So breaks can often have to be with the kids because they don't want to be away from you. And so you're going to take maybe a little sit out where you cut up an apple and everybody has a bite. And so and it doesn't sound like much of a break, but it actually is. The next one is to make sure that you always get a good sleep and a good rest, and the kids do too. So some ways to go to sleep. Everybody reads a book, or maybe you take a time or a turn. If you have older kids, doing some reading. You create a little exercise before you go to bed, so that kind of wears people out and kids out. And so they love to do sit-ups and push-ups. I don't know any kid that doesn't want to do that. And so they're not fancy, but it's an exercise, and you can do 3 of each, and then they're calmer and they're more able to sleep and rest. You can watch movies of nature, and you can also do some drawing as you're watching these movies. So they're collecting pictures that they can put on your refrigerator of what they've been watching. And so it's really what we call hopeful, happy art that they can do while you're home in this pandemic. This is teaching and parent tips for COVID. So everything's changed. So we need new rules in our house a lot. And so family meetings, and kids love family meetings because they feel like they're an important part of the family. And so you can do family meetings once a week, once a month, or you can do them every day. Now with kids home every day, it's a great idea to do it every day. So what are we doing today? What is our accomplishments going to be? So that's laundry, make beds, clean the kitchen, fix some meals. And so then you can set a time for when we're going to do each thing, and the kids can help you with it. And they can also do some time, like 1 o'clock, they're going to clean their room and make sure all the toys are put away, so that they can do something, and then they can come back and report. They also can do some outside work with library books. And so libraries aren't open right now, but they are off and on. And also, I noticed most of us have books that we can exchange with other parents, so they get a chance to read new books and more fun books. So the other thing is taking a time for talking about how you'd like your family to be. And you can do, like the sit-down circle. Well, what would you like to do on Sunday? What would you like to do on Thursday as a family activity for everybody in the family? And maybe we even want to include grandparents or aunts and uncles or cousins, but what you would like to do, more activities with family. And then lastly, you want to have fun, and a really good way to plan fun is to have a fun affirmation. So today we're going to do 3 things for fun. And the 3 things are, and the kids can choose the 3 things. And usually they want to go outside, and they want to watch a movie, and they usually have some favorite toy or activity that they like to do together. Okay, thank you.
And along with having the fun and taking care of yourself, we want to look at the aspect of teaching and parenting along with that. And for the parenting tips for developing for a teaching environment for at home. Well, one would be, first you want to help the child develop a designated workspace. Now, it's good to have the child help you because this will entice them to feel more like it's their own space. And it's going to help them want to be in that space, which means it would help them want to learn more in that space. So this is going to help them and you go smoother in the transition into learning. And it's also good way too is to, for each subject, pick a different area in the house to do it. So math might say it's in the living room. English might be in the kitchen. Just if you spread out to different areas in the house for different workstations, then they are learning in different areas, and it helps their brain change into the next step and change into the next area of study. And when you get up to change into the next area of study, that's a good time to take, like Kathy said, a break. Now you can walk around, you can do a quick game of hide and seek, you can do follow the leader, you could do anything like for a good 5-10 minutes to get the brain moving, get the body moving, and get ready for the next activity or next study section. And then you can do is create check-in times. Create check-in times for when you're say you're doing math. You can check in and go, okay, we have 15 more minutes on this, how are you doing? And then at that 15-minute period, say, okay, we have another 10 minutes. I'm setting the timer. When the timer's up, we're going to look over your math, and we're going to move on to the next subject. That way they get a warning, so they're ready and their mind is ready to continue on. It helps them, prompt them to keep going and to know when it's going to end and when the next thing's going to start. And you don't always need technology either. You can do math, you can do language, you can do all kinds of things by doing stuff like cooking, measurements. You can make cake, make cookies, make things, and use math skills and other skills by just doing regular things around the house. You can also go to the grocery store, and when you go shopping, and learn that way, colors for the little ones. Sizes, small, large. I mean, there's so much you can do learning environment without actually being in front of a book. You can also give kids the reins of how they would like to do their homework. In other words, once you're done with your study, with the day, say, okay, you have math, English, and social studies to do. I'm going to let you pick the order you would like to do it. That way, they feel like they're empowered and they have control of what they're doing. And it makes it easier on you because they're like, okay, I want to do my English right now. And that's fine. As long as you get your stuff done, you can do it any order you would like.
You also can help. You can be part of the homework. So because you're creative and you can help them, well, let's try it like this. Let's try it like that. And it can keep them at it longer because you're more involved.
And and you can also make it more creative too. It doesn't have to be in a book. You could do art. You can actually sit down in an art class with them. You could do a role playing. You could do, a play.
They can learn how to tell a story.
Yes.
They can tell their own story about what was your story about what happened today.
Act it out.
And act it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a time for them to be creative. Mm-hmm. And it keeps them busy and thinking.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. The more active you are with them and the more things that they are active with, the more they're going to keep learning also. And it keeps them busy and it keeps them moving. And the more they're not going to get bored, and the more they're not going to get distracted. And then you could the daily wrap-up meeting. So at the end of the day, after your homework is done and your school day is done, it is good to have a wrap-up meeting, which means at the end of the day, if you have 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, let's say you're done at 3 o'clock, 3:10, 3:15, 3:20, you set up little timelines. And they say, okay, here I'll see Johnny at 3:10, Susie at 3:15, 3:20 I'll see Darwin. And then you sit down one-on-one and you go over their homework with them, and that way you get the one-on-one and you see how they're doing on their homework.
It puts you in as a partner with their homework and their school, because you're going through it with them at the end of the day. And it helps motivate them to do what they're supposed to do or need to do, and or ask for help. So that they're getting all they can out of doing their homework.
And that makes them feel special because they're doing one-on-one with their parent, and they have to compete with their siblings if there's more than one child. So it makes them feel special also.
And you always want it to be successful. You did great. You were wonderful. Oh yes, I had a hard time with math too, and so it's really fun to learn how to do this kind of math with you, so that you're really building success and fun with that success when you're doing schoolwork.
And when you're dealing with very young learners, like really young, 3 to 6 perhaps, everyday conversations helps them learn. Make-believe helps them learn. Games with numbers or letters, reading together, everyday conversations. I'm getting the red apple out of the refrigerator. I'm gonna go get the red cup or the blue cup out of the cupboard. If you use everyday language and talk to them and just describe everything that you use and do, they're gonna mimic you and they're gonna learn. Modeling. Go ahead, did you have something?
Well, so every day, it can be Kids Day and Parent Day, and during different hours, and so sometimes you can just say, okay, this is our special kids hour, and so and if you do it, every day or every other day, then they really look forward to, oh, this is our special time, and so and special time can be just sitting in a circle talking. It doesn't have to be anything big, but it's a special time where everybody gets attention. And special time can even be doing chores. Let's go get laundry. Who wants to get the laundry out of the dryer? Me. I mean, a lot of little ones, they love sweeping and mopping or broom vacuuming. Little ones love to vacuum for some reason. They love things that's great. Getting the laundry out of the laundry. Sometimes they love doing that. Any little thing with you is a learning experience for them. Also, finding new ideas and making it creative is a great way to keep them busy and learning. And I have tons of material. We have tons of material on a sheet that you can look at. One of them is called Hungry Little Minds. It's for 0 to 6-year-olds. And this site has ideas, not only ideas, but videos that you can watch step by step on what you can do at each age. So please look at our materials that we have on there. Feel free. And if you have any questions, just let us know. Be glad to help.
We'll be glad
to help. We're glad to give you more information at any time.
And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have a great day.